Hello, I am here, everyone. I'm just getting some tea. I just got back from a walk. I require hydration. My favorite bookshop just sent me 10% gift voucher thing, 10% gift voucher code, and I'm like, this is dangerous. I'm totally gonna buy more books. I have no room for books, but also, hi Leaky. I did 7,000 steps. That's not bad. TJ, I'll be right back. Tea. Right, I'll let that brew, tell you about the game, and then go fetch it. But yes, hi, hey DJ. Sorry, what? Oh. But obviously they can use their own emojis, but that is cute. But yes, tea is very important. So, today, what are we doing? Today we are gonna maybe do one, maybe do two. We have options. Games. The one I'm going to do first is called Murder is Game Over. It's developed by Hither Yon Games, published by the good old Ratalaika Games, and is on the Ideal Xbox program. Thank you to Ideal Xbox for the code for this game. It came out on the 27th of October 2023, and it's a point and click. And I've got the hiccups, great. It's a point and click game. It is on Xbox, £4.99, or $4.99 in Americans. It was 20% of launch, but it's a bit late for that now. That's still pretty good. It has 12 achievements, and it's got a 1 to 2 hour completion. So we joined Detective Guy and his trusty sidekick Cleo, the clue-sniffing dog. Cleo! As they investigate the mysterious death of a fabulously wealthy game designer in rural Vermont, USA. As you explore the castle grounds, search for clues and interview suspects, can you solve the case and bring the guilty party to justice? Play this exciting murder mystery game and test your sleuthing skills as you work to unravel the mystery and catch the killer. It is a whodunit murder mystery gameplay. We play as a detective and dog crime-solving team. We can interview suspects, search the ground for clues, solve the case, and apprehend the guilty party. Ooh, there's a map. We like maps. So, also, it is available on PC, Switch, as well as Xbox. I don't see a PlayStation thing for it. This could be slightly out of date. Yeah, I don't see an Xbox, a PlayStation thing for it. So, yeah. Yeah, it came out PC a year ago, and then it came out on Switch and Xbox. I mean, it's Ratalaika, so that makes sense, I guess. Just seeing if there's any other relevant information. I think that's all that I have. What else would I have possibly missed? I think that's it. Okay, in which case, let me just go grab my teacup. Exactly. I heard Cleo and I was like, that's Kyra's dog. Okay, let me just go grab my teacup and then I'll be ready to start the game. Today's tea is rhubarb. It's a bark-based tea. It's very nice. It's very hard to spoon though. I have to pinch it into my tea strainer. Okay. Green screen is up. Things are connected. You can hear me. You can see me. There's an extra cushion you can also see, which is bugging me. I'm like, which side is this on? Oh, I need some volume. It's got some plinky plonky music. Okay. Always dash. Okay. Lighting effects. Okay, so I may need a warning on lighting effects. And down background. I don't know what ME is. That's sound effects. Background sound, background music. I'm wearing a non-black shirt. Yeah, it says cats on it. It was on top of the laundry basket. I had to do laundry. And this was clean on top of the laundry basket because my drawers are now empty. And I was like, I really need to do laundry if my drawers are empty. Oh wait, no, I just have 2 laundry baskets full of clean clothes. I need a better solution. So it was like, okay, what's on top of the pile? Yeah, it's a grey shirt. I mean, it's technically a shade of black. What do we think ME is? Main event? Something effects. Mass Effect. I don't know. Anyway, let's do a new game. Press the A button to advance the game text. Wow. Was that too loud or good? Introduction. Rural Vermont, present day. Let me know if the sound is too... Music is pretty loud. Okay. Is that better? Because obviously I can adjust my TV, but I can't turn my TV down and have it affect the music for you. So... let me know if that's better. Sorry, my friends are messaging me and go, it's Doctor Who tonight. I'm like, yes, I know. Is it 6:30? I might actually watch it live. Oh my god. Thank you. Okay, so we've got Billy Kramer, Russell Gallant, Jerry Small, Ariadne Jones. Yeah, I've not watched anything live. I can't even remember the last time I watched something live. This could be like 10 years since I watched something live. But yeah, 6:30 BBC One in the UK. I'm going to be watching it live. Because... okay, close your ears if you don't want any spoilers whatsoever, but I've seen some little trailery things. So, close your ears now. Donna's back! Okay, I'm good. I'm good. You can open your ears again now. So yes, okay. Russell, I'm telling you, it fell off the castle roof and almost hit me. Oh, okay, it's still loud. Okay. I can't get into settings right now, so I'll have to... That's interesting, because it seems to have barely any... It's got barely any sound bar. It must be just really jarry music. Okay. I'll go in and put it down to like the other bar down to 80%, or maybe background music down to 60 or something. Because I don't want to nuke all the sound. Okay. Who do we reckon is going to... I want someone to... Maybe the detective can have a Scottish voice. There we go. So, Ari, that's ridiculous. There's never been an anvil on the roof. I have work to do. I know this time has been hard for you. I promise we'll go to the art supply store as soon as I finish these negotiations, alright? I'm sorry, gentlemen. Things have been crazy recently for Melissa and I. I understand. It was huge of you to take Ari in when she had nowhere else to go. Yeah. Enough with the distractions, Russell. Have you signed the contract yet? Not yet, Mr. Kramer. I still need time to read it. I've been bogged down writing extra security features. Lord Gallant, Your Highness. I'd appreciate being able to talk to you with you about my concerns privately first. That's why I drove up from New York. Frankly, I don't see why we couldn't do this at the Activision publishing office in the city, but Russell insisted. Excuse me, Mr. Gallant, you've got a visitor outside, sir. Jim Wickman. Fans again. No, it's not the gamer club from the community college looking for autographs this time. Okay, Melissa Devon Gallant, obviously the wife. Vicky Thompson, Leigh Ludwig, and Ethan Fisk. You should leave this place. You're treading on hallowed ground. Lee, I know you're frustrated, but Castle Ludwig is private property now. You can't just show up and harass the new owners. Honey, what's going on out here? Russell, she followed us from the park. So you must be the Lord Gallant. Listen, why don't you and your wife go back to Manhattan while you still can? ... Leave now, or I'll call the police. You're trespassing. You're the one who's trespassing. You don't belong here. ... Exactly. Why does Mum always text me? When I am streaming, hang on. She's like, I can get free pajamas for you. I'm like, yes, okay. She's like, what size? And I'm like, it really depends on where you're getting them from. But it's pajamas, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. Right, where did we get to? Don't you feel the presence all around? You've angered the spirits of Castle Ludwig. You've angered the gargoyle. Dun, dun, dun. The gargoyle, she means that stone statue. This is your last warning, Russell Gallant. Beware the curse of Castle Ludwig. Oh, what did it say? Oh, it was just the names. Beware the gargoyle's curse. Okay, I'm going to turn the music back up because there was barely anything. There we go. And I was like, it can't be that loud. You silly leaky. Is it? Yeah. Let me know if it's too loud on this particular tab only. Beware the gargoyle's curse. Praise the Dendrew. the investigation. The following evening. Front of the castle. Officer Adams. I don't have like a pause button or anything. So I don't quite know. I'm assuming I'd wait until I get out of the text stuff. Anyway. Well, hello there. You must be Cleo, the remarkable clue-sniffing dog we've heard so much about. Aww. Excuse me. Hello and welcome, Detective Guy. So... He's called Detective Guy. So glad you made it. This one is truly a baffling case and we need your help. Well, obviously, the gargoyle did it. She warned you. She warned you about the curse. The gargoyle did it. I'll fill you in on the basics. What do you want to know first? Movement controls. Okay. Don't worry, I'm here to help you get your bearings. Use the left stick to move. Holding down LT, RT will make you move faster. To talk to someone, press A button. A button will select a dialogue option. Press menu button to access the menu and see the case file. And press the menu button again to close the menu. If you need a hint about what to do next, you can access the hint function via the menu. An illustrated map of the castle and surrounding area can be found in the menu too. Very useful menu. Lastly, you can use the menu to save your game. Okay, case details. Very well, let's get right to it. Who am I? You're a man in need of no introduction around here, Detective Guy. You've already helped solve some tough ones. But even more famous is Cleo, your partner in crime solving. She's a clue-sniffing dog. Cleo can find clues we humans can't. You and Cleo make quite the team. Press X button to toggle between Guy or Cleo as the leader. Where are we? Castle Ludwig, here in rural Vermont. It was a tourist attraction before the victim bought the place. It's a real castle. I'm no expert, but there have long been rumours about the castle. Evil spirits, strange stuff. Have fun with that. The victim is Lord Russell Gallant, the owner of Castle Ludwig. It was big news when he bought this place. Heard of him? Even people who don't play video games know about Paladin Dream. Russell Gallant designed the game. Lord Gallant's successful game made him a very wealthy man. Well, now he's dead. How did he die? The coroner is by the entrance to Castle Ludwig. She can tell you more about the cause of death based on her expertise. Seems the victim had some kind of business meeting here last night. A publishing executive and a co-worker came to negotiate. Also inside the castle are the victim's wife and adopted daughter, plus the groundskeeper. You should interview them all. A small number of other people were nearby too. You'll meet them via the mountain road. There are 8 suspects. Hi, Mr. Corners. I'm ready. We're counting on you, Detective Guy, and you too, Cleo. Good luck. That is a good recommendation. I am mostly just amused by Detective Guy. Detective Guy. Okay, so options. We don't need to turn off the music because we're good. Right. File. Save. Sorry, I just have to reply to my mum. Okay, hopefully that is going to be sufficient. Stop messaging me when I'm streaming. Come on, Mum. You know, it's after 3 on a weekend. Okay, this game has 2 DLCs. One additional case called Streaming Death. Okay. I don't think there's any DLCs in this part, in this release. But that might explain why it was really hard for me to find the game, because it kept on coming up with other stuff. Maybe that was the DLC. One of them set in the Alps? just can't find anything today, so yeah. But there's no DLCs on this. This is just the main game. Okay. We might not be able to get all the achievements in one go, though. Okay, I might need to put my hoodie on in a minute. Case file. Clues. Suspects. Map. Okay. Okay, right. Didn't mean to hit that one. I meant to do that ready. I was playing as Cleo, which is fine, but you can't talk to anyone as Cleo. Local police at all been over. We haven't found any clues. Your clue-sniffing dog might be able to find something we missed. You explore with Cleo as the party leader. That way you'll see question marks appearing on the map. Interact with one and you'll discover a clue. Clues won't appear if Guy is the party leader, though, so make sure you take advantage of Cleo's fantastic detection skills. I will. I just couldn't talk to someone. Oh, hello. Interesting. Cleo found a clue! Go, Cleo! It looks like an old library book. I mean, I could see the book. Someone left here. The book title is Historic Castle Ludwig. Castle Ludwig was built in... Oh, I was going to make him be Scottish. Okay, well, I'm reading out the book. Okay. Well, then he's not Scottish. Blah! He doesn't really say much anyway, so... Okay, someone else is going to be Scottish. There'll be someone else, I'm sure. Castle Ludwig was built in 1900 by wealthy quarry owner Wilhelm Ludwig, though he died shortly after finishing construction of the castle. A myriad of strange events have led many people to believe that Castle Ludwig is haunted. This book explores the castle's incredible history. Cleo is saved to your case file. Cleo deserves a treat. Yes? Dead body of the famous eccentric video game designer Lord Russell Gallant. Why is Lord in inverted commas? I don't know what the coroner says about this, but to be crushed by a gargoyle outside a supposedly haunted castle seems at least a little bit suspicious. See, the gargoyle did it. Told ya. Is it true that someone saw the gargoyle move like it was alive? You probably aren't allowed to tell me, never mind. Anyway, access to the mountain road is all yours now. Have it, detective. Okay. Hello. Cleo found a clue. The wall has many windows from which people can see inside the which people inside the castle can see outside. However, the wall where the victim was killed had no windows. That's unusual. Cleo deserves a treat. Possibly. But why is it in inverted commas then? But then it wasn't in inverted commas. Good evening, detective. I'm the coroner. How can I help you with your investigation? You'll find the victim's body along the castle wall to the west. Everything is left untouched. Once you've assessed the body, you'll be free to explore the castle. The gargoyle fell off the roof and struck his head. I've never seen anything like it. A touch of the dramatic, for sure. The force of the blow must have killed him instantly, no doubt about that. But take a look for yourself. Gargoyle did it. Mr. Garland died between 7 and 8 p.m. last night. That's just about 24 hours ago. The gargoyle is quite heavy. It would take more than a gust of wind to make it fall over. I don't have an explanation. Okay, so... Wait, detective, did you learn about the original castle builder's occupation? He's a quarry owner. I hope that was an easy one. Go to the mountain road map. Yes. Oh, and you've got enough evidence that you think you're ready to make an arrest. Come back here and find me. Good luck. Worth exploring the area near the victim's estate. When I question people, I should remember. Not everyone is necessarily telling the truth. If I find a relevant piece of evidence, then it might jog someone's memory. That way, they'll cooperate. And lots of new area. Check the map for an updated map. Check the menu for an updated map. Yeah, I figured I could go inside the castle. But also, I could go over here as well. Library book. Fallen Gargoyle Castle window. Cemetery. I know you're hungry, Cleo. Maybe we can find some food in the castle kitchen. Okay. Okay. Trying to pet the cat. Here lies Willem Ludwig, 1839 to 1901. What a strange epitaph they graved here. Castle builder left behind a treasure. Who finds it will be filled with pleasure. 7 cryptic riddles would lead to the loot. But to get there, one must be astute. Cleo, it's a treasure hunt. The first step is like an old man taking a short walk. In the main hall, 3 paces down from the grandfather clock. Riddles added to main menu. Treasure hunt steps 0. Okay, well that's cool. I'm glad I found that now. Maybe we'll go back. Trying to pet the cat, it's not working. Let us all now give thanks to our guardian spirit, the gargoyle of Castle Ludwig, looking after us in the darkness. Amen. You don't look like you're here for the seance. Suspect added to case file. Lay Ludwig, the former Castle Ludwig, your guide. Interesting surname. Former class at Castle Ludwig tour guide. Interesting surname. Suspects found 1 out of 8. Who are you? My name is Lay Ludwig. I used to be a tour guide for Castle Ludwig until this town sold it off to private ownership. Now I'm a local spiritual leader and an out-of-work theatre Bachelor of Arts. Castle Ludwig rightfully belongs to me. Her Willem Ludwig was my great-grandfather. Now I'm not even allowed inside. Oh, I see. You've got a book about the castle. If you want to know more, go to the crypt in the southwest corner of the cemetery. Already found that. Give me some credit. Well, I know more about Castle Ludwig than anyone, especially that rich geek who bought it. I know every nook and cranny. The town never should have sold Castle Ludwig. Those yippies don't belong here, and they don't deserve it. That's why he died. Of course, I haven't been inside the castle since the sale, but the spirits still speak to me. I had foreseen this castle, Castle Ludwig is in my soul. The spirits are angry. The cops told me what happened, but they don't understand. The gargoyle called for the blood of Castle Ludwig's intruders. I was right here in the cemetery. You can ask any of these people. We were holding another seance. I'm not the only one who's got a problem with the rich New Yorkers invading our town. Castle spirits kill Mr. Gallant. The spirits are angry that the castle was bought by someone unworthy. My great-grandfather, Herr Wilhelm Ludwig, the true master of this castle, is enacting his revenge. Not just for me, but for everyone downtrodden by class warfare. I warned that geek and his wife to leave this place. Their auras are toxic. The gargoyle did it. The angry spirits of Castle Ludwig have spoken. Don't believe it. What's the real way for a fantasy game designer to die? We were all here with Leigh yesterday. The seance ran from the afternoon till midnight. Rich New Yorkers keep moving into this town and costs keep going up. It's about time we do something about it. I'm the Community College Gaming Club. We were hoping to meet Lord Gallant. Who knew? Oh! Meet the Gaming Club member. Cool. There are a few jobs here and there's a serious drug problem, but this town is becoming a playground for the rich. Okay, right. Well, let's go and find the first clue of the treasure hunt. Pet the cat! Not ready to arrest anyone yet, but I want to go inside. To A, see if I can get something for the puppy to eat in the kitchen. So the victim lived in this castle. When I speak with Gallant House members, I should remember. Not everyone is necessarily telling the truth. If I find a relevant piece of evidence, then it might jog someone's memory. That way they'll cooperate. Why not in your area? Oh my giddy aunt. That is a huge map. Not me thinking organ room and going, what is wrong with these people? Oh wait, it's an instrument. Riddles. First step is like an old man taking a short walk. In the main hall, 3 paces down from the grandfather clock. Can I help you? Suspect added case file. Jim Wickman, Castle Groundskeeper. Suspects found 2 out of 8. Who are you? My name is Jim Whitman. Russell kept me on to renovate the castle. I look after the grounds. Worked here for years. I've been the groundskeeper here long, since it was a tourist attraction owned by the town, before they sold out to Gallant. Russell Gallant lived in the wing where his wife and his daughter. The north area is the sealed wing. That area is badly in need of repair. I've locked it for safety reasons. Russell had planned to have me renovate it. As a groundskeeper, I have the key. Should you ever need to go up there, let me know. No one's been there. Me personally, no. People say they see or hear all kinds of stuff at Castle Ludwig. I just do my job. But his wife has been acting strangely since he arrived. She can tell you about what she saw. She's in the dining room. That publisher man who showed up yesterday was rude to me. He's holed up in the study. And oh yeah, one more thing. Stay out of the forest. It's dangerous. Where was I when he died? I was here pretty much. I was polishing the suits of armour and minding my own business. Just seems like a freak accident to me. I mean, it's sad that he died. He always treated me real good. It's an empty portrait. Okay. There's a hidden message written here. The next clue is in the castle basement deep down below. Next to the westernmost pole you must go. Okay. Basement. Doesn't have basement on it. Maybe it's out the North Hall. There's one extra blob on there that doesn't have a thing coming off it. Sealed wing. It's locked. It doesn't appear like I can go there yet. Okay, so... do we explore the freaking amazingly large castle? Go and explore the rest of the... I think we go back outside and explore the rest of the... Hey, I found a clue. It's a receipt from a costume store dated 3 months ago, just before the Gallants moved into Castle Ludwig. 2 costumes, makeup, a cane. That's a lot of dress-up gear. Oh, we were gonna... no, that's it. We were gonna go into the kitchen. Seven. Okay. We're gonna get food. Okay, well we'll do that when we come back, because we've already got all the way over here. Press out. No more clues. Media circus. Okay. Press barricade. Speak to the fireman who's barricading the press from the crime scene on the mountain road. Wow. That is interesting achievements. Look at the achievements. Pet the cat. Okay. Well, we can't yet. Oh, arcade minigame and beat the boss monster. Oh dear. Approach the bear in the woods. Play the organ. Avoid getting hit by fallen debris in the castle basement. Okay. Open the door leading to the roof, which was for shirts. Good ending with doggy bags. Okay. Good ending when you find the treasure. Find the little master responsible for moving the armor. And identify the guilty during the denouement. Okay. Can we do all 3 endings at the same time is the question, I guess. You must be the out-of-town detective. Welcome to Vermont. Vicky Thompson, town administrator. Vicky Thompson, I work for the town. I met Russell only when he signed the paperwork. This is truly awful. Yes, you can. Oh, thank you, Mr. Corners. So, no pressure, but we'll make plenty of saves. As a town administrator, I oversaw the sale of Castle Ludwig to the Gallants. Not everyone was happy with it. Decision, but the income will be put to good use. This area has a drug problem, and we desperately need the funds to clean it up. I've never seen a gargoyle move, if that's what you mean. No. It was right here when Ethan took the call from Melissa at exactly 7 p.m. last night. It happened just as he said. And it said he died between 7 and 8. Melissa sounded so terrified on the speakerphone. It's a good thing Ethan is such a fast runner. I ate too much Ben and Jerry's. That was unnecessary. I was the one that introduced Ethan to Melissa. The charity gala last month. She mentioned needing a skiing instructor. I guess there are no mountains on Lorne Guyland. I'm now confused, but anyway. Unfortunately, I wasn't close to Lord Gallant. It sounded so interesting and creative in the newspaper articles. Lee Ludwig took it really hard when she lost the job as the castle tour guide, but her bark is worse than her bite. Okay. Ethan and Melissa? So why can I not pet the cat? Oh, the cat is in the castle. Oh, okay, well I can't pet the outside cat. I want to pet the outside cat and the inside cat. All the cats. Ow. Okay, so 17 is the part. There's a cliff. We went in the crypt. Okay. Okay. Hey, bro, what's up? Ethan Fisk, local personal trainer and ski instructor. Okay. 4 hour bit. Okay, here we go. Ethan Fisk, personal trainer and ski instructor. Do you want a business card? I'm here with a client running laps now. Also started athletic training sessions with Melissa, Devon Gallant, really. Recently. Yesterday was the only time I've ever been to Castle Ludwig. Melissa called me just after the incident happened. Why? Also, you lie. You weren't there yesterday. I know Melissa got hysterical, but I don't believe in any of that hocus-pocus nonsense. Bro, I was right here when it all happened. You can ask Vicky. She had the whole thing on speakerphone, too. Hello, Melissa? I need to cancel our session today. My husband, he's dead. God, the gargoyle killed him. The curse on the castle is real. Ethan, what do I do? The gargoyle killed your husband. The gargoyle, help me! Depart now. I'll be right over. Better go see what happened with Melissa. This sounds very weirdly fake. I met Melissa outside the castle by her husband's body. She can tell you the rest. I'm just an athlete, bro. I don't think about this stuff. Why don't you ask the dog? Okay. I feel like you're insulting my dog. Big cliff. Come on, Cleo. We're not going to climb up there. But I wanna. Sulk. Okay, first things first, kitchen. Doggy bag! I don't have time to eat now. I've got a mystery to solve. Hey, dog guys! Alright, we'll take the doggy bag with us. After we solve the case, I promise you'll get an amazing treat. I bet there are at least 30 doggy bags like this hidden all over the area. Let's see how many we can find. There's a weirdly specific knowledge. Okay, I need to put my hoodie on. It's cold. I had my walk, I warmed up, and then I sat down, and now I'm cooled down. So, I have my non-purple hoodie. Because my purple hoodie got dust and breakfast. Well, not breakfast. Dust and pasta sauce on it. So I gave it a wash today because I was doing washing. And so I'm wearing my Sick Kids hoodie. Well, I'm trying to. I'm trying to get it on. Hang on. Reminder, Extra Life is still open. There are still loads of games and more games getting added each week. Loads of games to redeem. But yes, the Sick Kids hoodie. I get a new one as well this year because we raised over $2,000. There's one over here. I missed that because I just beelined for the one I could see. I get a blue one this time. Okay. Detective Guy, is it? What can I do to help? Melissa Devon Gallant, widow of the deceased. Which reminds me, tea. But while we're having our tea, let's have a quick check-in. How's everyone doing? Everyone having a good weekend? I feel like I've not been massively productive. The morning sort of disappeared on me. That's fine. Productive afternoon. Had a walk, doing a stream. It's all good. Yeah. Doctor Who Day. Yeah. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. And you know, anyone playing anything interesting? Or, you know, have played something interesting recently? Still not quite sure what I'm playing tomorrow on stream. I feel like I need to make the most of this weekend for streaming because next weekend is going to be no streams because my mum's coming over. And also no Thursday stream because I'm having a procedure. So there'll basically be Tuesday and possibly Wednesday if Jessie's up for a co-stream. And in which case I might do Friday. Something on Friday, but probably... No, I won't because Mum will be here. In which case, no, I won't be able to do anything other than one stream next week. So trying to make the most of this week. I either need to see what's on my random to-do list or on my request list. I know Leaky requested Cocoon, which looks interesting. We've also got some story games that I do want to finish. Some which will take longer than others. We could finish off Star Trek, for example. We could play some more of The Quarry. We could play that inescapable game, but I don't feel like committing to that because that's going to be more streams than one. I think they said The Quarry was like 2 left. Star Trek's just 1. I'll just have to have a look at list of games, see what I feel like tomorrow as to what we do. But anyway. Who are you? I am Melissa Devon Gallant, and Russell's my husband. I can't believe he's gone. I told him not to buy this castle. Russell and I met at a sci-fi convention in New York. I was a fan of his work, and I wrote to him. We fell in love that weekend. Sure you did. Yeah. Russell was a boy at heart. Games, castles, cosplay. When he asked me to be his Lady Gallant, I was starstruck. And Russell and I moved into Castle Ludwig just after the wedding 2 months ago. Soon after, I started seeing things. The gargoyles stared me down. The suits of armour moved just a little. Well, we know from the achievement there's a mouse. Was it the evil spirits in the legend told? Then after he adopted that orphan girl, it suddenly got worse. The pipe organ suddenly started playing. Russell didn't believe any of it. To be honest, I'm not sure what's real anymore, but I believe the story's based on what happened. Strange, everything about Castle Ludwig is strange. I was there when he died. I saw the whole thing with my own eyes. Was that from my usual walk last evening while Russell was meeting with those two business associates? They walked along the edge of the castle. That gargoyle started laughing at me. I went in and called for Russell. And I showed him the spot where it happened. As he looked up, the gargoyle fell on him. Curse on Castle Ludwig has come true. It's horrible. Gargoyle did it. Are you implying that you don't believe me? The gargoyle fell off the roof and killed my husband as I looked on. Just watched my poor husband get crushed to death by that laughing demon face. A short while after the police arrived, Ethan must have called them. I was beside myself. Surely you understand. Sounds dodgy to me. Sounds sus. I was scheduled to meet Ethan at the town park for a workout. You should be able to find him there. So there, detective guy. That's where I was when it all happened. At my husband's side. Do you understand what alibi is, my dear? If you're looking for someone to point the finger at, I'd start with Jerry Small, the game tester. Russell was working on some sort of big deal with Activision Publishing for a new Paladin Dream game. I heard Russell arguing heatedly with Jerry Small last night, the man who stayed over in the arcade upstairs. But I wouldn't be surprised if that angry girl, Lay Ludwig, is responsible for the curse. She harassed us. You'll find Leia and her followers at the cemetery east of the castle from the mountain road. We need to go back and talk to people. Okay. Organ room. There are finger marks on the dusty organ. Maybe it was played recently. Nice song, Cleo. Don't detect anything else unusual about the organ. We got a bloop for that. Play the organ. That's a fireplace with... It looked like arrows, but I don't think it's actually arrows. Cleo found a clue. This looks like an unusual band of cigarettes that groundskeeper Jim Wickman had on him. Yuck, he must leave these cigarette butts everywhere he goes. Ew. Cleo definitely deserves a treat. Found 4 of them. That's a really odd shaped room. It feels like there's something with the different coloured carpets and the statues and the weird angels. Okay. Paladin Dream arcade game. Play the game, sure. Let's be terrible at this. We're supposed to beat the boss. Russell Gallant wanted to bring turn-based RPGs to arcades. He was a mad genius. It's the final battle in Paladin Dream, but something seems a bit different from my memory. Okay. Sorry, the mic was spiking weirdly. Now it's vibrating. Powerful bite attack from a tough dog. That's out of the nightmare. Stop and think about the case. Not too useful here. A weak slap attack from a wimpy detective. Jesus. Scare the enemy. Guy. Think about the case. His barking scares the enemy. Haven't met all the suspects yet. So far I've identified 5 suspects out of an 8 total. Should probably concentrate on this boss battle instead of thinking about the case. Cleo's down. Guy. Wimpy slap. Cleo and Guy lost. Okay. Well, boss kicked off. Let's try it again, Cleo. Okay. Scare didn't seem to do anything, so let's just do slap and bite. Once he knocks out, as long as we can get enough bites in with Cleo. Oh no, it missed. Oh, Cleo's gone. There's got to be a trick to it, like... Oh, we beat the game! Oh, well that was easy. Credits created by Lord Gallant, programming by Russell Gallant. Art by Mike and Sarah Jones, game testing by Jerry Small, published by Activision Games. Oh, well that was weird. I didn't expect that would be... that was easy. Usually when it says beat the arcade thing, it's like that one in whatever it was I was playing. Where there was like the whole arcade thing and I'm like, it's like tower defense and I'm terrible at it. I just can't believe he's gone. Jerry Small game tester. I can't believe I beat the boss. I'm Jerry Small. I worked on Paladin Dream with the deceased for many years as the lead tester. I came up from New York yesterday to try and sort some sense to Russell. I hoped I could get him to finally recognise my contribution on the game, but he didn't listen. This castle is amazing. Gosh, Russell had it good. Millions of dollars, millions of fans, a beautiful trophy wife. I guess Lord Gallant had it a little too good. I heard a gunshot. Seemed I wasn't imagining things. To my argument with Russell yesterday, I came up here. He had a bed laid out for me and I slept. A bed in the middle of arcade. That's so weird. I was woken up by what sounded like the shot downstairs. I was in this room asleep. I know it's weak. At like 7 PM? Sure, Billy Kramer wanted him dead. Activision was losing a fortune playing Russell royalties on Paladin Dream. Never saw another dime after the game released myself. Wouldn't be surprised if Billy brought his gun to help negotiate with Russell. Doesn't explain the fallen gargoyle outside though. I don't know. Speciality is video game logic. The real world is your department. Okay, so that's just random. And so apparently adopted an orphan girl? Master bedroom. Okay, got lots of clues in this. So Gallant's will. Hey, who put this here? The victim left everything to his wife. Who has saved your case file? Seven. MD Stationery. Who has those initials? Melissa Devon? It's a handwritten note from the victim's wife. My husband forever. been too long since we were last together. I miss you so much. Our last date was such a thrill, like flying down the mountainside. Soon we'll finally be together forever here at the castle as we were always meant to be. Touching romantic sentiment. That is not to Russell. That is addressed to her ski instructor. Just in case we're wondering. I don't think the cat likes Cleo. Okay. I think the cat likes me. The cat likes me. The cat likes me. Cat likes me. Pet the cat, pet the cat, pet the cat. Why is it so dark? Ariadne. Hello, you look like a detective. Ariadne Jones, recently adopted daughter. Oh! Ariadne was the one that was raising a concern, I think, about hack games. Ugh. Yeah. Exactly. 7 out of 8. Her parents must be Mike and Sarah Jones from the arcade game credit. My name's Ari Jones. Mr. Gallant adopted me after my parents passed away in a skiing accident. They worked on the game with him, Paladin Dream. Russell took me in when I had nowhere else to go. My parents loved and trusted Russell Gallant. Still can't believe everything that's happened. I've only been living here a short time. I spent most of my time online and still get lost walking around the castle. With these recent events, I don't even want to leave my room, I'm afraid. I'm glad someone finally asked me. Everyone else around here wrote me off. Hey, as a kid. Hey, I'm 16 now. Last week I was in the garden playing with the cat. When an anvil fell off the roof, it almost hit me. I haven't told anyone yet, but I think someone was on the roof. Check the garden, you'll find the anvil there. Also, I heard a gunshot last night. I called 911, then the police got here and found Mr. Gallant's body outside. Don't think anyone believes me about that either, do you? Someone else heard it. You're just doing your job, I understand. When Mr. Gallant died, I was here playing an online game. Like I said, I panicked when I heard a gunshot downstairs. It's 2 people who heard a gunshot. Too shaken up to think clearly. The past month has been filled with tragedy and trauma. Somehow I need to process it. Mr. Gallant's wife always seemed off to me, raving about seeing and hearing things around the castle. I love Halloween as much as the next kid, but I haven't seen or heard anything ghostly anyway. The publisher agent from Hack Division, Mr. Kramer, neither Russ nor my parents were fond of him either. It sounded like someone fired a gun in Mr. Gallant's office when they were talking, but I can't prove it. Yeah, I'll find it. Cleo. Living trusts. Ariadne Jones's trust. This is interesting. It says that if Russell Gallant dies, Ariadne inherits her parents' fortune before she turns 18. Okay, but she's 16. Why does she need a fortune? That just protects her. Doggy bag. We didn't miss that one. Let me just check. It's the castle roof. It's been forced shut from the other side. Okay. Let me talk to you again. Okay. Can't really re-question people and get different answers having found stuff, it seems. Which is odd. We found a third of the doggy bags. This is the office. Make it quick, detective. The sooner I can get out of this one-cow town, the better. Billy Kramer, Executive Vice President of Activision Games. We found 8 suspects. Name's Billy Kramer, second. My father founded Activision Games and published Paladin Dream. I came here from New York for a business meeting with Russell Gallant last night. The castle? The place isn't too shabby, but I prefer my Park Avenue penthouse. I was in here Russell's office yesterday. We were going over the contract for the new game when his wife interrupted us. It happened just before he died. Mr. Gallant, if you'll sign the standard contract, then everything will be in order for the new game. Russell, the gargoyle on the roof moved again. Outside, come quick. Terribly sorry about this, Mr. Kramer. I'll be just a moment. Didn't know what to make of it at the time. Also seemed embarrassed but not surprised by his wife's outburst. I think she's been making herself out to be crazy and she killed him for the money. Well, I don't know what that said. When the police arrived, meeting was adjourned permanently. Right. I'll just have to watch that bit again because I accidentally skipped through the text. So no gunshot. Didn't know what to make of it at the time. Alright, okay. She screamed something about a gargoyle and Russell followed her outside. I waited for a long time. Then the police arrived. The meeting was adjourned permanently. I was in this room the whole time alone. I didn't even know he'd been shot. I mean, he died. Well, I certainly didn't have anything to do with it. That groundskeeper wandering around seems a little sketchy to me. I suppose a creepy castle has to have a sketchy groundkeeper. It's like a law. Someone I interviewed claims to have heard a gunshot coming from this office. It happened around the time of death. I don't know what you're talking about. Liar. You said he'd been shot. There's another cat. We should recheck the outside bits as well for doggy bags because we didn't know about them, I guess, until we found them in the kitchen. I don't know. There's the anvil. The anvil that almost hit Ariadne. From the marks, I can tell it fell a long way to the ground. Evidence suggests there was someone on the roof. There's no way two heavy objects both fell like this. And we speak to Jim Whitman, the groundskeeper, and get that key to the sealed wing, and then get to the roof. There we go. Well, that's how we get in there, then. Return to... Oh, no. Don't return to main hall. Didn't know what I was clicking there. I hadn't finished exploring the gardens. So, doggy bag. No trespassing in the woods. Okay. Yet. But we might have to go in there at some point. There's a lot of things hidden behind trees. Okay, so apparently going So the kitchen first is recommended. No, definitely not there before. No, we have to get to the basement. Have I got any additional questions? No. Okay, so I think what we get is when we have the additional thing, like the gunshot was mentioned, that became an actual separate question. Okay, so definitely advice is go to the kitchen first. There we are, fallen anvil. When I was searching the garden, I found this anvil. Seems a bit out of place. Do you know anything about it? Oh, I found it on the ground near the wall. I had no idea it got there, so I moved it to get out of the way. Reason to believe this anvil fell off the roof, just like how the gargoyle fell off the roof, killed Russell Gallant. You're right, I didn't think about it like that. If the anvil also fell off the roof, his death was no accident. How do I get to the roof? I'd like to go up there and see what's going on. It's impossible. The roof's been sealed off since I was hired to renovate the castle. It's not safe up there. I didn't kill him. I'm not accusing you, but I'd appreciate if you can unlock the sealed wing so I can continue investigating. Take this key to the sealed wing. We'll unlock the door in the hall north of here. Get to the roof that way. See key to sealed wing. Thank you. Okay. And then maybe we can find a basement. Good work, Cleo. It's time to enter the sealed wing and see if it's truly sealed. It's possible that someone else got up to the roof. The door's locked. Now it's up to us to find out. Excellent. What do we stay for an hour in? Oh yeah, I fixed my clock. My clock now has batteries. My nose is cold. Hit the map for an updated map. Wow. Basement. Excellent. One cigarette butt. Okay, if we find more. 8 suspects. I think someone's been playing silly buggers. Wardrobe box full of clothes, costume clothes and makeup. Elderly couple costume package. Same as the receipt. Oops. Well, hang on. There's a mouse, but we can't catch it. Okay. Lots of mice. Okay. So something about a pillar. 24. Where's stone tablet doing down here, Cleo? Looks like stone tablet inside the crypt. This place really is falling apart. Unsafe basement. Okay, in which case I need to go back to the hint. Oh, no! That's not what I want. I wanted the riddle, not the hint. It's okay, it's fine. Deep down below, next to the westernmost pole you must go. Over each shredded wheat. I had a message. I don't mean to do hint. We've got to investigate the roof. Well, that's not really a hint. I know that. Hit a message written here. Next location is deep in the dark woods. In the bridge 9 west by 9 north of the goods. Okay. We can't get to the woods yet. That's got to be... Maybe we come back here when we've got all the stuff. Hey, no pause. Shit keeps falling on my head. I found a clue. It's a brochure print for Lay Ludwig's castle tours. Print job proof belongs to Lay Ludwig, the girl in the cemetery. Client gets a print proof. If it's dated recently, that means Lay lied to me. She hadn't been in the castle. This is proof. Proves that she was in the sealed wing. But I confront her about this lie. You should be glad that I found her proof. No. I'm gonna go back to the cemetery. I know we found a clue, but also, you know, there's bats up here. So we only need 5 more bags. Found a clue. There's some builder's tools. It's a rock hammer, and judging by the shards of polished rock on the ground, it's been used here. The spot where the gargoyle fell off the roof. This evidence here proves the gargoyle was broken and pushed. Someone broke the gargoyle free and pushed it off the roof while the victim was below. That's how Russell Gunner was murdered. And it has something to do with the wife, because she basically went, the gargoyle moved and brought him to his death point. I wonder if the anvil was a test. Unbolt. Open roof door. We found the anvil. Yes, that's the anvil that almost hit me. Now talk to Jim and ask him for the key to the sealed wing. Someone had to have brought that anvil up to the roof. You can only get to the roof through the sealed wing. By Jim wandering around the hall downstairs. Okay. Okay, well I just wanted to complete the loop. can't really talk to the guy in here again. We don't have anything new. But we could talk to the wife. No. These rooms are freaking massive. There'll be something that leads us up. To the forest. We need to go yell at Lee. Lee. Definitely feels like a very much a setup to get the castle back. Well, hello there. Nice to meet you too. Sorry, I didn't have any doggy treats on me. Oh. Well, that was cute. I'd never managed to interact with someone as a person yet. Tour guide proof. I found your tour guide proof looking for this. Yes, thank you. Where did you find it? It's on the floor in the sealed wing of Castle Ludwig. You lied to me. You told me you hadn't been in the castle. You're right. What can I say? You do realise this is now a murder investigation. You've openly expressed a desire for the supernatural revenge. It gives you a motive, Master Ludwig. I suggest you cooperate. I'm sorry. What do you want to know? How did you get into the sealed wing, and what were you doing there? Truth is, I secretly gave a tour of the castle after the town sold it off. It was to an elderly couple. They paid well. This happened a couple of days before the Gallants moved in. They were very interested in the castle layout. We trespassed. Yes, but how did you get into the sealed wing? It was locked. Only Jim Whitman, the groundskeeper, had the key. The secret passage. It's a secret passage from the woods that leads into the basement. It's only accessible with a Ludwig signet ring. There's another stone tablet in the basement, just like in the one in the crypt. Touch it with the key ring, the secret passage will open. Oh, come to think of it, the elderly couple bought a Ludwig signet ring from me too. Anyway, yeah, I stuck into the sealed ring, lost my tour guide job, and they were paying customers. Go back to the basement to find the secret passage. Touch the stone tablet with the key ring, and the way will open. Cool. But we found that the costume was a costume. You can only do these things to the dog. What's this redstone tablet? Okay, see what happens when we touch the markings with the pattern on the signet ring. The entrance to the secret passage, just like Lady Ludwig said. So, who is the couple? Because they seem to be the ones that have done this. I feel like maybe it's like the wife and her secret husband. That's what I'm thinking. The wife did it. Excuse me. What have we unlocked? Secret passage, forest, and shack. Excellent. We've unlocked the forest. Maybe we can go back into the gardens that way. Because we've got a forest thing. So let me check the riddle. And actually check riddle this time, not bloody hint. Deep in the dark woods. From the bridge. 9 west by 9 north of the goods. Okay. And we've still got 5 goodie bags. And also a mouse. 4 goodie bags. Also the statue moving mouse. Okay. The thingy up there. Okay, I found a clue. It's a hooded sweatshirt. Catskill Mountains Elite Ski Club. Who might this shirt belong to? Oh, I wonder whether it is the guy. Maybe. Yeah, clearly there was some sort of setup because said he died between 7 and 8. Yeah, he got a phone call at 7. What it feels like is dairy time. She called the guy, the ski guy, before she went into the study to give him an alibi with the mayor person. He hightailed it to the woods, possibly to get in the secret passage. Got into the sealed wing, up to the roof. So he was in place when she went into the husband's study and said, oh my god, the gargoyle had moved. She got him into place. Elite guy pushed the statue off. It was a setup. They were the elderly couple. They found out about the secret passageway. They're secretly married, having an affair, something or other, in love, and it was a scheme to get Lord Russell's money. I don't know where the mouse fits in, but there we go. Or the anvil, which possibly was a practice, because she also wants Ariadne's money as well. I don't know. I don't know what was with the gunshot. Ethan Fisk, personal trainer. I should go ask him about it. Got something inside it. It's more of the polished stones charged from there. Ah, got some rock in the shirt. Okay. It's definitely worth going up there then. Yeah, we will ask him about it when we've had an explore. But it was... the timing didn't fit for me. Okay, I found a clue. It's a handgun. It's been fired recently. Initials BKA engraved on the gun. Must belong to Billy Kramer, the publishing executive from Hack Division. Why would his gun be here? Better ask him about it. Okay, well that gives us that to go with the gunshot. But seriously, what the hell? Why? Right, we've got like 4 treats. The bridge. Ah, rock climbing equipment maybe. Looks like a rappelling rope. What is this doing here? Let's take some of this rope. Aha, we can now climb that thing. That's good. Okay, some sort of cabiny thing there. Doggy bag, there we go. Yeah, do you smell that, Cleo? Someone must be using the shack to make meth. Oh god. It's a doggy. We don't want to eat that doggy bag. 2 more to find. Unusual brand. Groundskeeper Wickham. It's always Wickham, isn't it? Leave these cigarettes everywhere he goes. Secret meth lab. Keep people out of the woods. Yeah. Okay, we've got to find the bridge as well. Okay, so we're still searching for doggy bags and a bridge. Every time I think, oh, we've also got to have, in case of the statue moving mouse, I don't know when we get that. So if I've had to backtrack, I like having save flags. Okay, from the bridge, north and then, well, I can't really go north and then west. Found all the doggy bags. Let's reach the city park. We can use a rappelling rope. Go down this steep cliff. Okay. We can, but we won't yet. Okay, from the bridge. 9 west by 9 north. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. It's a hidden message right here. In a corner where a hungry person sits alone. The abundance of food is across from a wooden throne. Something in the kitchen? Oh, the kitchen! There's that one bit in the kitchen. We found 31 out of 30 doggy bags. Okay. It's a cat. There's a bear. Come on, Cleo, we don't want to mess with the bears. Pet the bear. We approach the bear in the woods. Bear's friend. Why cannot pet a friendship? Okay, so we've got 31 goodie bags, which is just confusing. There was a road down somewhere, and I've now lost that. There. Oh, is that kit? No, that's when we came up. Right. Okay. Okay, so what are the achievements left? 30 doggy bags. Find the treasure. Find the little mouse that's responsible for the moving armor. Identify the guilty during the denouement. Okay. I love that we found more goodie bags. You lose a shirt, Catskill Mountains Elite Ski Club. Oh yeah, I got lost in the dark woods and I fell down that hole. Don't know why the shirt has rock dust all over it. Okay. Case files. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 clues. That is the key we were given. We're not going to get 30 clues, are we then? We have to ask the dude about the gun. And we've got to go to the kitchen. So I've got to find the treasure. Not talking to a dog. Okay. Okay, so time of death. Between 7 and 8. See? We need to talk to the office guy again because I need to know what time it was that the wife. Need to know what time it was that the wife came into the thing. So I had a message. Continue this treasure hunt, go back outside. 12 steps north of the lantern it hides. Okay. We'll do that first. Might be a different outside though. Don't see any lanterns. Garden. It's got to be in the garden. Hang on. Yeah, it wouldn't be be at the front, because then anyone will be able to find it. The message. It's true that the fortune favours the brave. Look 4 steps below the southeastern grave. Okay. Four steps below the southeastern grave. Pin a message. The next secret that this riddle keeps is to the right of where the master sleeps. Right of where the master sleeps. So that's the master bedroom. We're just going to get sidetracked by this side quest puzzle thing. Different, right? Right when you're in the bed. At the end of the treasure hunt, you'll find proof beneath the gargoyle's left wing on the roof. Okay. But the gargoyle moved. Secret door to a hidden room in the chimney. Different left wing. Different door. Different gargoyle. You unlocked a new area. Check the map for an updated map. Chimney. Whoa, Cleo, do you see that? One of the suits of armour just moved slightly. Mouse. Oh, it's just a mouse. Ah, that's how we get that. Okay, well, I don't have to track down the mouse then. Excellent. Nice work, Cleo. We finally find her Willem Ludwig's treasure. Oh, it's another box. I can feel something hard wobbling around inside. It'll take some time to open it up. Let's look at it later, Cleo. We still have a mystery to solve. There's a little mouse. Okay. Right. Okay. So, the last 3 we have are basically get the good ending. With the treasure, the doggy bags, and we need to identify the guilty person. So no pressure. Right. Where were we? We needed to go and talk to somebody. Oh, guy in the office about the gun. Why is there a gun? He wasn't shot. He was squished by a statue. Found your gun. Okay, this looks like your gun. Mr. Billy Kramer, care to talk about it? Hey, where'd you find that? It was in the woods. Do you know why? I lost it. Yeah, besides, it could belong to another BK who likes vanity guns. I know he's hiding something. The cigarette butt in the meth lab proves Jim Wickham was there. Maybe he knows something about this gun too. Found the shack in the woods. You left the telltale cigarette butts. Dot dot dot. I found the meth lab, Jim. Do you want to talk about that? Dot dot dot. It explains your warning about bears to keep people away from the woods. No, there was a bear in the woods! That's why you killed Russell Gallant, isn't it? To protect your drug operation. All right, it's true. I wanted money fast, so I turned to the drug trade. But I didn't kill my employer. I was in the woods around the time he died for the reason you say. Keep talking. Saw something. Billy Kramer, the Activision publishing guy, was in the garden. He threw something into the woods. BK, you found it. It's gone. If you want to talk to someone about committing murder, you should talk with him. You're right. I better have a chat with Mr. Kramer about his gun next. So, buddy, can you get me off for the whole drugs thing? I'll do what I can to help on your behalf, provided you cooperate with the investigation. But I mean... I'm a little confused now. So groundskeeper was in the woods when you threw the gun away. Several people in the castle claim to have heard a shot around the same time Russell Gallant died. ... Now, would you care to explain why you brought a handgun to your meeting with Russell Gallant? Stop, it was a dumb idea and I should have known better. Tell me everything you know now, that would be a smart idea. Activision needed money, I wanted to help the family business. Despite my father's wishes, I brought the gun to the meeting. I knew Russell was too smart to sign a bad contract. I was going to make him an offer he can't refuse. I guess I've seen too many mobster movies. You were going to kill him over a video game contract? No, he was just going to threaten him to sign. No, they were blanks. You're just going to scare him. People say they heard a shot, but no one's found any bullets, right? Does it explain why there was a shot but no bullets? His actions are still totally reprehensible. I saw something, though. I saw Jerry Small come downstairs and into the kitchen. He threw something into the fireplace. I couldn't see what it was, but it looked like electronic hardware. A disc, maybe. Jerry Small left his room in the arcade. He burned something in the fireplace. Yeah, I hope that if he kept my secret, then I keep his. Jerry also wanted to meddle with the contract for the new Paladin Dream game. Anyway, you should talk to Jerry Small to find out more. One more thing, if you mention my gun to the public, you'd have to deal with Activision's legal team. Dude, you threatened with gun. Legal team, least of your worries. You're right, Cleo. I should let you sniff for clues so I don't miss anything. I was going to. Give me a bloody chance. Cleo found a clue. Jerry's disc is burning in the fireplace. Just looks like melted plastic at this point. Okay, but at least we can go talk to him about it. Wrong way. You lied about not leaving this room. I have a witness who saw you in the kitchen around the time of death. Billy saw me, admit it. I was throwing the disc into the fireplace to destroy it. You threw away a computer disc? Why? Russell didn't just choose to have the contract meeting at the castle because he's arrogant. He was concerned about piracy. He knew that someone had leaked an alpha version of the new game on the internet. What he didn't know is that it was me. You pirated his new game, the one you were supposed to be testing? I did it to show Russell that he wasn't invincible, that my contribution was worth more than a pittance. See, so then you felt guilty and threw it in the fire to destroy it. I left this room around 7:45 to do that. Odd thing was, at that time I heard movement coming from the roof. You heard someone on the roof at 7:45? You sure about that time? Yeah, it was just before I heard the gunshot. The clock on my laptop was 7:45. What's so important about that? Yep. It means that at 7, when Thompson heard Melissa Devon's phone call to... it was... Seriously, we figured this out literally when he said he had a phone call at 7. I was like, that's not possible. Russell Gallant was actually still alive. That changes everything about the murderer's alibi and the person who provided the murderer with it. Okay, so it definitely was Ethan Fisk. Okay, what was that? That's it. I think I figured out this mystery. Come on, Cleo. Let's go talk to Officer Adams. Okay, but we're going to save just in case we get up. You solved the mystery? You know how Russell Gallant was killed? Yes, officer. Cleo and I are ready to explain everything that happened. I knew you'd do it, Detective Guy, and you too, Cleo. Please assemble all the suspects and meet me in the dining room. Got something special planned. Proceed to the explanation. Here we go, Cleo. Oh, okay. Thank you, game. Thank you. That is really appreciative. Okay. The explanation. The gargoyle did it. Oh, she was in the dining room. Okay. All right, detective, everyone's here. Time to solve the mystery. The local police are still baffled. Can you please tell us what you figured out? Very well, let me begin. The victim, Lord Russell Garland, was a renowned fantasy game designer. He lived a fantasy life and died a fantasy death. Garland's fortune allowed him to live every day in the castle, but there was a curse. As I found out when I discovered this item. Library book. I read about the supposed curse of Castle Ludwig in the library book I found outside the castle. The curse of Castle Ludwig is well known around these parts in Vermont. The Scone Sculptor. Scone Sculptor. Yeah, I'm spoonerizing that one. Did the Scone sculpture of a gargoyle truly come to life? Could it have been a freak accident? The gargoyle did it. No. Upon closer investigation, I found evidence of a human agency. But I saw the gargoyle move before it fell on my husband. When I began interviewing each person of interest, I learned that something else had fallen from the roof recently. The object that fell from the roof nearby where Ari was standing. Hi, Jessie. You want some sculpted scones instead of sculpted stone sculptors? Yeah, I can't say words. You're about to find out the ending of the game. So if you don't want spoilers. I don't know why she got an anvil dropped on her. An anvil also fell off the roof. There was no way two heavy objects falling could be a coincidence. This discovery led me to believe that someone had been on the castle roof. The dog did not do it. The dog is the police. It was not Cleo. Cleo is the hero of the story. With a wrench in the kitchen. You mean a spanner? Perfect cover story. Oh god. I mean, yeah, usually the dog did it, the butler did it. No, this time the gargoyle did it. After gaining access to the roof through the sealed wing, I found proof that someone had pushed the gargoyle off the roof. The item used to tamper with this gargoyle statue so it could be moved was a rock hammer. Don't they get you? A rock hammer had been used to break off the gargoyle statue so that it could be moved. There's also telltale shards of polished rock and dust where the statue had been mounted. No, it's a pun because the guy that died designed a video game. I knew then that the gargoyle was the murder weapon, but who was on the roof and how did they get there? The situation presented a kind of locked room conundrum. How could anyone have gotten to the roof at the time of death? At first, it seemed like everyone had an alibi. I was in Russell Garland's office waiting for him to return for the meeting. I was upstairs in the arcade. I was in my room playing video games. I haven't punched anyone yet. I was at my husband's side the whole time. I was working around the castle doing my job. I was in the cemetery leading a seance. I was at the town park for my workout with Ethan at the time Melissa called about the death. Yeah, it's true. That's what you all told me when we first spoke, but everyone in the castle has a reason for wanting Russell Garland dead. Activision Vice President Billy Kramer's motive was corporate greed. Billy Kramer's motive was greed. His father's firm, Activision, had faced deep financial losses. Billy wanted Russell Garland to sign away royalties to his promising, lucrative new Paladin Dream game. He came to the meeting with a bad contract. If the swindle failed, he also brought his gun. I wasn't actually planning to kill him, just threatening. Video game tester Jerry Small's motive was to hide a crime. Oh, no. Oh, bugger. Revenge? Jealousy then? Or corporate greed? Jealousy? There we go. Okay, apparently he wanted jealousy. I mean, he pirated the game. That was a crime. So, you know. wouldn't have said that. Yeah, he wasn't jealous. All he wanted was the money that he was owed. Jerry was jealous of Russell Gallant's successful game design career. He even pirated the new game, which resulted in the victim holding meetings at the castle. I thought I deserved more credit for all the bugs I'd fixed. The victim's wife, Melissa Devon Gallant's motive was inheritance. Melissa Devon Gallant's motive was that she would inherit her husband's fortune and estate. The proof is in her husband's will. What are you saying? I was with my husband when he died. Ooh. Russell's adopted goddaughter, Ariadne Jones's motive was also inheritance. But, yeah, not really. The victim was the executor of her ample trust fund. If he died, it meant she would inherit and not have to wait for 2 years. She's 16. What a load of crap. Russell Gallant was my parents' co-worker and close friend. Castle Ludwig's groundkeeper, Jim Wickham's motive was to hide a crime, then. Secretly manufacturing illegal drugs in a shack in the woods, he had to protect his operation at all costs. So now everybody knows. So that's why illegal drugs have been flooding this town. Jim Wickham, we're placing you under arrest. But first I still want to find out who the killer is. Former tour guide of Castle Ludwig Ludwig's motive was revenge? Yeah, the only one I don't agree with is, you know, the jealousy of the tester guy. But anyway, later we go on to revenge. She's very open about her contempt for the Gallants. Purchase of the castle cost me my job. The castle rightfully belongs to my family. Seance was just a theatrical performance. Bro, before you go any further with these accusations, I just want to say I never met the victim. I also barely knew him. Do you need to put us all through this humiliation? Maybe, but this crime was premeditated by a clever and determined criminal mastermind. Every detail was planned in advance, starting even before the Gallants moved into Castle Ludwig. The killer disguised themselves and took a tour of the castle and learned of the secret passage from the forest to the sealed wing. Having purchased a Ludwig signet ring, the killer could easily access the roof through the secret passage later unnoticed. I found the receipt from the costume shop on the side of the mountain road. The costumes were later disposed in the sealed tower. The location of the crime was chosen based on that there are no windows on that side of the castle wall. The killer even took the precaution of bolting the other door to the roof. I didn't understand how it was logistically possible to commit the crime until Jerry Small mentioned something important. Me? What did I say? You mentioned hearing footsteps on the roof at 7:45. The coroner determined the time of death is between 7 and 8. What difference does 45 minutes make? Are you going anywhere with this rant, detective? When I interviewed Vicky Thompson, she said she heard the call between Melissa and Ethan at 7 p.m. Phone call where Melissa witnessed her husband's death from the falling gargoyle. That's correct. I looked at my watch and it was exactly 7 p.m. Jerry's hearing footsteps on the roof 45 minutes after the 7 p.m. phone call suggests that when the call took place, the victim was still alive. The time Melissa Gallant made her phone call, Russell Gallant was still alive. The killer had 45 minutes to get to the castle roof and push the statue off the edge. He used the rappelling rope I found to get to the woods, and then used the secret passage. There's plenty of time, more than enough for the killer to do what they needed to do. So, who did it? Ethan Fisk. Committing the murder was perfectly easy for an athlete like Ethan Fisk. Bruh. I wondered, why would Ethan put the hysterical phone call from Melissa Devon Gallant on speakerphone at all? Having Vicky Thompson listen in gave him an alibi. Ethan then ran off to be a first responder to the accident. But he actually took the well-hidden path up the steep cliff to the woods. That way he didn't risk being seen by Lee and her followers in the cemetery either. Before meeting Melissa, Ethan went to the roof to push the gargoyle down on the victim below. Can't prove any of this. This murder plan is a long list of cliché kill mechanics for murder mysteries. Yes, I like it. I like it. It's better that it's a long list of clichés and I could solve it beforehand, rather than going, oh, actually there was a twin and a ghost and magic. And then you had no chance of guessing that. I found a clue linking Ethan to both the roof and the crime, which is the hooded sweatshirt. You left behind your sweatshirt in the secret passage. You had to hide it because it was covered from rock dust. There isn't an 11th hour twist? Well, I don't know yet. Shards of polished rock and dust matching the gargoyle statue link you to the murder weapon. Ethan, when I asked you about losing your shirt, you told me you couldn't explain the rock dust residue, but you wouldn't have known about the rock dust on the shirt if you hadn't been on the roof. Never even met Russell Gallant. Why would I go through any of the trouble for an elaborate scheme? Yes, what's Ethan's motive? Ethan's motive is he's secretly in love with the person who provided him with his alibi. His accomplice is Melissa Devon Gallant. Killer's accomplice was the victim's wife, Melissa Devon Gallant. What? Identify the guilty! Woohoo! Dun dun dun! Melissa married Russell Gallant only for his money. If he were to die, Melissa would inherit his fortune. The victim's will gives her an abundantly clear motive. Melissa, your love note about flying down the mountainside wasn't written for your husband. Told ya! It was for Ethan Fisk. We met years ago skiing in New York. Well, I didn't know that part, but I knew it was ski instructor guy. You're accusing me? You found out about Russell Gallant's wealth, introduced yourself as a fan and feigned interest in him. After getting married, you started plotting a way to do him in. You even used Vicky Thompson to engineer an introduction to Ethan Fisk, posing as your new skiing instructor. Finding out about the daughter of your husband's deceased friends, Mike and Sarah Jones, you were concerned. It's possible your husband would change his will and give some of his fortune to his goddaughter. You had to move quickly to prevent that from happening, Melissa, so you and Ethan devised the sinister plot, which I already explained earlier. Melissa, when you and your husband moved into the castle, you acted like you were going crazy because of the curse. On the evening of the murder, you phoned Ethan and claimed your husband was killed by the gargoyle. While Ethan made his way to the roof, you lured your husband outside from his meeting with Billy Kramer. Then at the opportune moment, you dropped a gargoyle on his head. You pushed your husband to the ground and Ethan sent the gargoyle crashing down on his body. Russell Gallant may have been killed by a gargoyle, but human hands were responsible. I did say the gargoyle did it. The gargoyle did it with a little help. With a little bit of help from his friends. That's good, Detective. That'll do. One small thing, Detective. How come no one in the castle heard the gargoyle fall? Because at the same moment, Billy Kramer's gun went off, masking the sound. Miss Gallant, Mr. Fisk, you're both under arrest for Russell Gallant's murder. Hey, Melissa, I told you no one was going to believe that nonsense about gargoyle moving around. Oh yeah, Ethan, well how stupid do you have to be to leave your shirt in the secret passage? You twit. You oaf! Still can't believe the gargoyle curse idea was the best you could come up with. Honey, it was better than your idea of poisoning the maple syrup. Even the 2-bit detectives in Vermont know there's no such thing as curses. The organ! It's the curse of Castle Ludwig. What in the world? Don't you see? The castle spirits are aware of our guilt. The spirits called for our punishment because we killed him. No, Melissa, I was the only phantom organist in the castle. So they're playing creepy music when no one's looking. Maybe weird, but it helps me cope. Very well, from my personal perspective, the marriage was always a sham, a means to an end. So when Melissa heard about Lord Gallant's wealth, it seemed too easy. Ethan and I have been in love for years, but love costs money. The public thought my husband was a creative genius, and maybe he was, but he was also socially awkward, clueless and soft. Took one kiss, he told me I was the first woman who ever showed any interest in him. By bumping that dweeb off, all we did was Darwin's work, really, survival of fittest. The way I see it, Russell Gallant's death wasn't our fault at all. The true culprit was his own naivete. Alright, that's enough. You're both coming with us. ... Side eye from the dog. Epilogue! Yeah, the good papa needs to have the puppy snacks. Ethan Fisk and Melissa Devon Gallant were found guilty of first-degree murder. State prison will be a far cry from living in a fairy tale castle. Jim Wickham was also sentenced for his role in the drug ring operation. Good. After he was released, he continued working above board as the castle groundskeeper. Ariadne Jones, Jerry Small and Billy Kramer teamed up to complete production and publishing of the new Paladin Dream game. The project was dedicated to the memory of Lord Gallant. The game sold like hotcakes, did very well for Activision and its employees. Jerry Small went on to become an acclaimed game designer in his own right. Cleo found a total of 31 out of 30 doggy bags while exploring Castle Ludwig. Oops! Please don't break the ending because I found extra ones. After solving the case, Guy made Cleo's all-time favourite ice cream and lobster poutine. An extra special treat for an extra special clue-sniffing dog. While Cleo was enjoying her snack... Oh, it didn't break. Yay! Guy finally had time to open the box and look at the treasure. It's an obsidian stone. I don't understand. The original castle builder was a quarry owner. Wait a minute. There's something really ominous about the obsidian stone in Paladin Dream. I guess I should go pick up that game and play it next. Some other time. I want to know. Okay. Castle reopened as a public attraction, and Lady Ludwig got her old job back as the castle tour guide. Sensational news coverage of the murder drew huge crowds of visitors. Welcome to Castle Ludwig, everyone. The story of a renowned game designer, Lord Russell Gallant's murder, begins here. It all starts with a popular video game, a fallen gargoyle, and a 100-something-year-old curse. Fallen gargoyle was even reinstalled back on the castle roof, and it looked as spooky as ever. What about the obsidian stone? Is there a sequel? Oh, maybe that's like one of the DLCs. Maybe they'll bring that out for Xbox. Dun 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 dun. That was spooky. The end. Murder is game over. Game credits. Okay. That's all the achievements in one playthrough. 2 hours and 2 hours basically. I do have another game that I had lined up, but I might leave it there. I know I said I wanted to get through stuff before well, because I am no, I'm not actually tired, but I am still not feeling great, so I have lots of stuff I want to play. But yeah, as I said, like next week I realised there's only actually going to be one... Did it say some random dude? What? So none of the credits say some random dude. Funny. Yeah, I just realised that I've only got like one stream next week. Unless Jesse's up for a co-stream on Wednesday. It's because hospital, and then my mum's coming to visit. So basically tomorrow and Tuesday is all I've got left of November. So I need to figure out whether there's a random to-do list thing I can do, or one of my requests, well, which I basically got Cocoon. Nice work. You've unlocked all the achievements for the game. Okay, I'm going to look up the DLC. I hope they bring the DLC to Xbox, but at the very least I can look at the Steam page for this, right? To find out what the DLC is called. Okay, so there is... right. Okay, so Murder is Game Over Deal Killer, which is available next year. It's the one that came up the first time I searched for this. That's the one that goes into the Alps. But yeah, there is a DLC for this one, which is called Streaming Death. But actually, no, it's not a DLC. It's a sequel, I think. They return for a spooky new mystery. So basically, no, there's two sequels. One is Streaming Death. One is Deal Killer. So there's not DLCs, but they're not out on Xbox. and one of them is not even out yet at all. That one came out when? So Streaming Death came out in July, so it might be next July. Depends how long, if they're going to port it. But that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Deals. Why would it be spelt like that? Well, it's not DLC. It's another game. It's a sequel. If it was DLC, then that would make more sense. But yeah. Yeah, I was going to play something else, but I think I'm just going to finish for today because Doctor Who's on at 6:30. I want to maybe get some food to sit down with it rather than be cooking while it's playing. Okay. I thought I'd said that like 5 minutes ago, but my time perception is bad, so the joke works, I guess. So yeah, so tomorrow is still a stream. I don't know what it is yet. Tuesday next week is a stream. Wednesday depends on Jessie, and then it'll be the Tuesday after, which will be the 5th of December. And then that Thursday stream is my birthday. So I don't know what I'm playing, but please come and watch because it's my birthday. I should put that in Discord, I guess. Probably do some giveaways. Really like to hit my extra life target. Work is doing some donation matching, and then I'll be like 375 left. That's a lot. There's still some Twitch money, but that's only like 50-ish, and I won't get that till mid-December anyway. I don't want to be just like $325 off hitting the 10k. That is just it's just too close. But maybe it's just not meant to be this year. Anyway, that was really cool. Murder is Game Over. This is published by Ratalaika, developed by Hither Yon Games. Have they done anything else? No, this is their first one on Xbox. Came out on the 27th of October, and thank you to the Ideate Xbox program for give me a copy of the game for streaming purposes. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. We're ending a little early today. Get some time back. I'm going to make some food for Doctor Who if you're in the UK. Well, I mean, I think if you're anywhere, it's streaming. It's on Disney Plus. But if you're in the UK, it's live on BBC One at 6:30. Thank you for being here. We should put the ending screen up. So yeah, we're back tomorrow. Thank you for being here. I've been Jo, otherwise known as Angel as K. And yeah, I bid you bye. Have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you before. Bye.